It seems to be almost identical to last season. You're losing a bunch of players early to the draft and so forth, but obviously you still have a lot of talent. What are your expectations for this defense next season?
I mean, really the same as last year. I mean, it's kind of the same MO we had coming into the season last year. Lost a bunch of guys. How are we going to reload? How are we going to rebuild? We finished top 10 in the country, so it's kind of really the same thing as the team last year.
You talked last year about Chad asking so many questions, but yet I watched you out here the other day. You were being the leader. You were showing guys how to line up, showing Trey, showing Shaq. This is how you go through the drill. Is that a big difference for you that you're now the old man in the group?
I mean, last year I feel like I was definitely in a leadership position. I think a lot of our guys kind of knew what they were doing and had a good foundation football-wise. But we got 2 new guys with Shaq and Trey, a bunch of new walk-ons. So I'm really like I'm still in a leadership position, but I'm having to teach them from the ground up. So that's really just a new thing, just kind of showing guys where to go, how to line up, what to key. So it's definitely kind of a new, kind of in the same role, but just kind of a larger role within that leadership position.
What are your thoughts on Shaq and Trey so far?
I mean, I think they got a lot to learn, but I think they're different from a lot of guys because they look like 25-year-old men. They're already grown. They've already grown to their bodies, 6'3", 6'4". So they don't really have a maturation process to go along with their physical or their bodies. So their main thing is just kind of get right mentally, learn their formations, learn their keys, learn their plays. So they kind of they're already a step ahead of a lot of guys. They do have a lot to learn, but we'll see coming in the spring how far along they've came.
What about Chad? How has he progressed after taking a redshirt year?
He's gotten bigger. He's definitely a lot more physical. He's kind of growing into his body. He's learning a lot of new things mentally. He's learning the playbook. He's reacting quicker. He's knowing his keys, his formations. So he's definitely grown in a lot of areas. But I think with everybody, me included, there's a lot to learn with that month and a half off. You retain most of the information, but you still lose it just after that month. So I think everybody included, there's a lot for us to learn and grow in.
Do you and Kendall have a good rapport? Do you work well together?
Yeah, I think we just, from working out together for the past 5 or 6 years since before Clemson, we kind of grew close as just guys off the field, just as friends. So I think we mesh pretty well, just like me and BJ did last year. So I think it's kind of the same thing as last year. I think me and BJ mesh pretty well, and me and Kendall are doing a good job gelling and stuff.
Speaking of BJ, how much are you going to miss him, and you think Dorian's ready to take that next step as a starter next season?
I mean, I think Dorian's been ready. He just had to do his time and just be patient. Same thing with me my first 2 years. You just got to do your time, keep working, and just be patient when your role gets in front of you. So I think he's been ready for a long time, and now that his opportunity's here, I think he's definitely going to make the most out of it.
Thanks, man.